Yeah, how's it going, everybody? Today I just kind of wanted to like make a video like playing and talking. I know like that's like obviously what I do like a cut calm, but I want to like talk about a subject today and not just like show some shit off. I kind of want to get onto the topic of like the ethics of my videos, and I know this is like a really stupid topic to bring up. The ethics of a gaming video. Hear me out. Hear me out. I notice a lot of the time whenever I'm making videos, my videos that blow up about mod menus specifically, they do kind of end up catching some flack by people that are more like on the legit side of gaming. So I kind of want to like discuss that today. This doesn't mean that I'm gonna be changing like what I'm doing or anything. I just want to like talk about it and like kind of like clear some things up and kind of like get like a discussion going maybe, because I like hearing like the different sides of like what's going on my channel. Like I even check like the held comments, which are like the comments YouTube deems might be too offensive to show, and I like putting those up just because like fuck it, I might as well leave my comments open and just let everyone like get their 2 cents in. Like might as well, because there's no reason to really be censoring some shit like that just because I think like, oh, I'm gonna be upset if somebody says fuck you for making mod videos or anything. But kind of want to get into that today and just kind of maybe hear out some other people's perspectives. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't even know what game I want to play today. Maybe I'm gonna see if I can play GTA 1.27. I just saw a bug walk down my monitor. That was fucking crazy. But if that doesn't work, I might just like hop on something else like Black Ops 2 or Trials. I don't really know what I want to... Dude, I hit the wrong fucking thing. I'm gonna pull some shit out of my ass. I'm not even gonna play GTA because that shit's gonna take forever to load. I'm gonna play some Trials because this game's real easy. I hate hearing this guy rap at the beginning of the game, I'm gonna be real. Anyway, back onto the topic of the video. Is modding videos ethical? This is really stupid. Like, this actually is a stupid topic now that, like, the words are coming out of my mouth into the microphone. I kind of like understand the point of the people that are like against my videos and leave comments. That there are like some hate comments, but they're generally just kind of like, why are you fucking up the game for everybody? I kind of do get their idea. Like one of my hot button topic videos was the Jiggy menu video. I've mentioned this a couple times in my videos just because it's like the first video that I think I've made where there were more than like one person being like, man, fuck you for doing this. I kind of understood that there would be controversy among the people that just play Black Ops 2. Jiggy menu is like kind of one of the menus that did fuck up Black Ops 2 because it's so easy to get an infection for it. And I thought the title made it kind of transparent as to what I was doing, because I named that video The Mod Menu Ruining Black Ops 2. Like I wasn't trying to put people on to using Jiggy. But I understand the idea that, like, people might see that and want to use it and, like, abuse it. I imagined that my channel was more in the niche of Xbox 360 nostalgia. That's, like, still the genre that I believe I'm in with these videos, because I'm not always making videos about mod menus. So whenever I'm, like, doing a video about mods, people do watch it to, like, just see, like, what do people at mod do? Like, what's the draw? I like to think of my videos as kind of like a time capsule type thing, kind of like my TU6 MW2 videos with like Elite Mossy and Dude It's Brian. Those can't even really use anymore without Infinity Loader, and if you do use Infinity Loader, they're fucked up. So I like to think of my videos as being more of like a nostalgia type thing where it's like, remember this shit? I think people kind of get it twisted because I'm not like transparent about that, and I think people believe that I'm doing it as like a cosign, like you should get this. And like, of course I have like Dick Road menus, like I have said like they're good and like they're fun, and it's true, but the way that I use menus is, I guess, vastly different from the way that a regular player of a game like Black Ops 2 would interact with the menu, because most of the people that do not care about modding and just want to play the game vanilla are negatively affected by these menus, because these people, like a lot of the people that do use menus like Jiggy and so forth, use it to kind of just abuse other players, like either freezing people, aimbotting, just kind of like screwing stuff up within the game. I don't really use my menus in public matches, which I think is a big notable difference between me and like the modding community that's still on 360. Like I don't want to knock the modding community, obviously, because like I'm clearly in it, like I'm clearly in the know, and I obviously do it on my channel. I feel like a lot of the legit players that are coming at me sideways are under the assumption that I'm one of those people that just like infects myself and goes into a lobby and starts changing up things and doing like what you didn't intend whenever you clicked find game on TDM. I think that's one of the big points of contention with my channel is that I don't really get that point across to people in my videos because I'm showing off the menu and like the fun stuff in it. Like if you notice, like even in my videos with like menus with like aimbots and shit, I don't really care to show off the aimbot. I think that's mainly because we know what the fuck an aimbot does already. Like I don't have to show you that you can use a mod menu to aim for yourself. I think a lot of people that run into these menus, just most of the time they are being natively impacted by the people using the infections and so forth, because those people are easier to notice. It's kind of like what I'm doing right now, where I'm giving the people that are a vocal minority a platform on my channel. And it's like, I don't really care about that, because like I could just be like, oh, they're the minority, I don't care. I like the discussion that they're bringing up about this shit. I cannot beat this fucking level 1. Like, I think modding videos, at least in the form that I do, are ethical. I'm not exactly co-signing using the menus to ruin the game, because unfortunately Call of Duty on 360 is... or Call of Duty in general on these older consoles do have problems where modding has kind of ruined the game and made it lose its plot. Because whenever you think of just getting on Black Ops 2 and playing, you probably think of just like getting into a TDM. But with the amount of people that mod on PS3 and 360, there's a very high chance that you're just gonna like get into a match that's completely not what you intended whenever you clicked to play TDM. Pretty sure I've already said this. The modding just kind of derails some of the matches, I believe. Because I do play these games legit. Whenever I play Black Ops 2 legit, I do have XP guard loaded, full transparency. I'm always transparent about that in my videos whenever I'm just playing the game. I go through my menu and show like I'm not like using the aimbot or the wall hack, I'm using anti-RME. Some people don't get that either. The anti-RME shit that I'm turning on is specifically to stop whenever somebody's using a full menu and just completely abusing the game. They're mainly forcing hosts. You can't like give yourself god mode or start spawning shit like crazy without being host. On these older Call of Duty games, there's a security exploit, which is essentially an RCE. The RCE on console is not the same as like an RCE on PC, where like on PC you can kind of like infect other people and do things outside of the game. On console, the RCE is mainly just forcing the host to execute host commands for you, like giving you god mode, just fucking with people. You can use RME menu to do that without being host, so you can completely control any lobby you're in. You've probably seen these before from like Jamming Cat videos, because Jamming Cat uses an RCE menu to do the stuff that he does that trolls the people that are using infections and shit like that. Those menus are kind of like a different breed that I don't really touch into, because I feel like those are less ethical in a way. Like you can use them in a good way, like Jamming Cat does, and like resetting people and like fucking with people that are trying to ruin the game for you. I do have the wall hack and aimbot injected into the game whenever I am playing. I choose not to use those features because I'd rather use the protections that cause me to be able to play the game, at least in a vanilla state, for the most part. Because anti-RME isn't going to stop the host from having jiggy or like loading a menu and fucking with the lobby. I just use anti-RME to try to lower the chance that somebody will screw with the game whenever I'm playing legit. And I think people don't necessarily get that because they just see that I have a menu loaded and they're like, well, you could just turn on aimbot or wall hack and not tell us or cut it from the video. And that's true, I could do. I choose not to. I just use it for protections. But that's one of the things that I think people comment me for. It's not as often as like the other ones of like the mod menu videos of like Black Ops 3 and MW2 and shit like that. Those get more vitriol from vanilla players. And I don't want people to like start looking out to like try to find those people to like argue with them. Because like they're just gamers. Like they're not in this scene to really care about it. Like, my videos kind of do pander more towards the modding scene. Even though I didn't necessarily want that to happen initially with the start of my 360 content. I just wanted to make nostalgic content from 360. I am well aware that my videos do pander towards the modding scene and that it's part of my identity on YouTube, and I'm willing to accept it because fuck it. Like, it is part of my history on the 360. Like, I've had an RGH since 2013. I forgot when, but like, whenever RGHs were like still rather new and they're like fucking $400, that's whenever I got my shit. So I do have a history with that, and it is nostalgic for me doing all this. People do like watching the modding content a lot more, and I think it's just because I'm like literally the only person in this niche that's doing the type of content I do. Like, my videos are very heavily inspired off of like Phase Jev, and like more recently I guess Phase Apex. Like, I don't necessarily watch Apex, but like we are in like the same kind of air of with content. Like, we both make about the same thing of going back to 360 and playing these games. I like to think I'm more in that kind of wave. I'm well aware that I'm in like the modding scene, and I know this just sounds like I'm complaining that my fan base doesn't get what I do. I don't want it to be like that. I don't want it to sound like I'm just complaining that like, oh, everybody that watches me to mod, because like I obviously care about it. Like, it's my history. If I didn't care about it, I would just stop uploading mods. I do think they're fun. I don't think my videos are necessarily unethical because I don't do anything to make the game worse, but I do understand the way that people that play the games vanilla are kind of like scared of my videos, because I completely understand that somebody could watch my videos about Jiggy Menu or something else and decide that like they want to go and get it for nefarious purposes. I can't stop people from doing that. It's kind of like how like people will make videos and have to do a disclaimer to not bully the person in the video, like how like lolcow YouTubers have to remind you to not A-log the people from the video, because that's not the point. I don't know, I like to think that the people watching my content are just doing it to kind of like get an understanding or reminisce on the history. I don't think there's a lot of people that are watching my videos and going, oh yeah, I'm gonna get Jiggy and aimbot everybody in my next lobby. There are people that are obviously doing that, and like the legit players that watch me and get upset about me probably do think, well, like if you just stopped making videos like that, less people would want to do it. And that's true. But I would like to show off the good side of the menus, and I know, like, as a legit player, you're probably like, well, there's no fucking good side to using a menu. You can literally just abuse everybody in your lobby and ruin the game. That's true. They are right about that. But I like to show off, like, things that made modding fun back in the day. Like, there are people that found modding fun because they could dick on everybody in their lobby. I used to like modding because of, like, miscellaneous shit. Like, even, like, something as simple as, like, super speed and super jumping and, like, spawning, like, just random shit on the map. I like to show off, like, game modes and stuff in the menus, even though, like, I don't necessarily have the ability to show some of them off because you need other people to play with you. I do have a Discord in the comments, by the way. I'm gonna self-plug that because I will use that to open lobby eventually. I just need to figure out like a good time to kind of start an open lobby for people to join off me. I don't want people to think that like the videos I'm making are co-signing abusing people that just want to play the game normally. At the end of the day, I do play these games legit. Even if I do have something loaded to protect myself from RME, I want to still experience these games as I did as a child, because let's face it, the new Call of Duties are not that great. Majority of us want to come back and revisit these games, including me, even though I do make modding content and I do use them. I don't use menus in a nefarious way, but other people might from my videos, and I can't do anything about that, like I said before, and I'm not necessarily happy that that could be the case, but there's not really anything I could do about that. I think that's all that I really wanted to put off. Pretty much, I just want to show off the menus for the good that they've had, and like the creativity that they've brought to the Call of Duty scene, because even though the modding scene was a lot smaller than just the people that play the game normally, the modding scene was big enough that it is in fact a part of Call of Duty history, despite the fact that you may not like people that mod. The modding scene was such a big thing in the PS3 and 360 era that it kind of deserves its recognition for what it was and how it kind of influenced the games later on. Like how some menus had like gun game before Black Ops 1 came around with gun game, and like just like a ton of shit like that. I think that stuff needs to be remembered because it's part of like a forgotten history in a way, because you have to be part of the scene to remember this shit happened. I really just wanted to open up a discussion with people. I know generally people are going to agree with my side that like there's not really like an ethical issue behind the mod videos I do. Like I'm not ruining the game directly with them, despite the fact that it could slightly have an influence on people to do that, because there's other mod YouTubers that do show off menus that can be used to abuse the game and kind of ruin the experience for people. I'm not in that like branch of the scene, and I don't want to be. Of course, I do have some videos in mind where like maybe that's like kind of something that might get brought up. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this. Most people are gonna be on my side, but I'd like to hear about the people that are like the devil's advocate to what I do, that can kind of be like, well, like this is part of like the reason I might not agree with what your videos are. And that's okay, because like you're completely entitled to your opinion. I'm not gonna like censor somebody because of their opinion, no matter what it is on my channel, because it's not my prerogative to be like, I don't want you like being against me, because you could totally be, I really don't give a fuck, and like you can't appease everybody. And that's obviously like the biggest takeaway of this, is that I can't appease everybody with the content I'm making. It doesn't affect me as much as you would think because I'm making a video talking about it, but I just wanted to bring it up and kind of like get the discussion rolling and, you know, hear some other people out, because I think it's fun to kind of hear other point of views on some of the shit that I do. Sometimes you're just so in the echo chamber of what you're doing and who you loaf with that you aren't aware that there may be like a pushback otherwise. I'm aware of the pushback because I read my comments, but I just want to hear some people out, and I think that's pretty much going to be it for the video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody that's been giving me like attention and everything. It's really nice. I like that people are joining my Discord and kind of starting discussions and everything. It's real fun. It's just fun like talking to people with all these different walks and everything. But that, I think I'm peacing out. Thank you.